Hello, I'm Emery Zink from Morningstar. Joining me today is Ford O'Neill from Fidelity Total Bond. Thank you for joining us, Ford.
Oh, it's great to be here, Emery.
In 2015, the broad fixed income market sort of produced meager returns. Where are you looking for opportunities in 2016?
So, Emery, I would argue that returns are probably more modest, and I think people have to get used to that. When you think about where yields are and where spreads are today, lower single-digit returns I think are going to be with us for time, but I also think there are areas of opportunity and opportunities to outperform the marketplace. We like investment-grade credit. We think there's a lot of opportunities in the financials and also some specific industrials that we like today. Tips we also think are quite attractive. We are probably a little more upbeat on higher CPI readings later this year, and I think those are attractive. And then lastly, CMBS, commercial mortgage-backed securities, we think are a very attractive sector, especially if you need shorter-term instruments.
Well, and I know that Total Bond has an allocation to high yield, and fourth quarter of 2015 there was a severe sell-off there. Are you looking to add to that position?
So we think high-yield bonds and also leveraged loans are both very attractive. We're strongly in the camp that the U.S. economy will continue to muddle along, similar to the way it's been muddling for many years now. We're not heading into a recession, and I think the high-yield marketplace and leveraged loans as well, we're starting to imply there's a much higher potential for recession. And our view is that once high-yield bonds spreads are reaching 600 to 700 basis points, historically that's been a really nice buying opportunity. So as long as you're not in the recession camp, we think they're both attractive, both loans and bonds.
Yeah. Oh, and also the question that's on everybody's mind, what will the Federal Reserve do? What's your outlook for Fed policy in 2016?
So we're probably a little more optimistic than the markets today. The markets are implying 1 or 2 hikes over the next year to 2 years. We feel, again, if we're right on the U.S. economy getting better in the second half of this year, we think the Fed will be back on a very, very slow, very gradual hiking process. And again, with unemployment now sub 5%, it's hard to imagine that Fed funds would remain at 25 basis points. But clearly, they're also struggling with very, very low CPI and PCE readings, and obviously volatility in the marketplace isn't helping their cause either. But we would expect back with some Fed hikes in the second half of this year.
Ford, thank you for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me in.